My name is Ryan Deich, D-E-I-C-H, and once again we had a slideshow to go with this. I'm going to pick up where my wife left off. We have deep concerns with the excavation that has taken their facilities below the water table. When I was over there last fall, it was apparent due to the stream of water leaching from the side hill. It was also commented on by representatives of Valley Oaks that it hadn't rained in several weeks, yet the water still flows. You see, directly to the west, roughly 400 yards from that location, that same aquifer daylights as a spring and feeds some of our ponds. These are ponds that we use for recreation, such as swimming, fishing, and hunting. At different times of the year, our cattle and horses drink from those ponds. Something else I believe is overlooked is the detrimental effects this will have and already has had on wildlife. I believe myself to be very in tune with nature and an outdoorsman, and I'm raising my children the same way. One of the things that I've noticed is the whitetail behavior. The deer just leave due to bad water or the overwhelming stench. I don't know, but I do know they just leave. Just a couple of weeks ago, my son and I were walking spring-fed drainage in our front pasture, and I had a first. 5 woodcocks burst into the air painting above us and settled down just 30 yards away. This was a first for me, as I have never seen more than a pair at a time, and a first for my son, as he hadn't seen a woodcock before. We were both excited in our own ways, but definitely excited to have shared that experience with each other. I look forward to many more experiences like this with my family, but fear they may be short-lived if this permit is approved. I believe this aquifer will be contaminated, even if accidentally, and will ruin these waterways for all living creatures for generations to come. We've recently been getting the question, why not sell? And the bottom line is we were here first.
There you
go. Not to mention all of the heritage, tradition, blood, sweat, and tears that have gone into our homestead. Members of our family were born there and some have died there. Our Century Farm is also our children's birthright. And who is Valley Oaks that they be allowed to destroy that for them? There's also no way that we'd get anything close to the value of the property. No one purposely moves next to a sewage treatment plant. I can assure you that the smell at times is unbearable and has driven us from our own home. We can smell the horrendous stench just as often as we don't. The bottom line is we're not just representing us, but our children and their children. And when I first told my son that they raise cows in those buildings, he said, and this is a quote from him, "That's silly. Why would they do that?" At the time, he was 4. And it is silly. So I ask you, why would they do that? Such a reckless scheme designed to line the pockets of a few while the rest get stuck with the mess. I ask that you please do your due diligence and deny this permit that will destroy not only our family Century Farm, but our entire community. Lone Jack will be known as the toilet bowl of Missouri.